Good morning. I'm going to do eyeshadow today. I already did foundation and blush, which I did in a previous video. So since I am in like a red tank top with a neutral sweater today, I'm gonna go neutral for my eyes. I have 1,000, like probably 150 eyeshadows. It's backwards for you. It's the Morphe 35C Everyday Chic palette. It has like 25 eyeshadows in it. And then I like it because it comes with like these little like sheets that give you the fun eyeshadow colors that it's just kind of silly. So that's what this one looks like. It's a lot. Okay. But I like their quality of eyeshadows. I like that their palettes do both matte and shimmer. And the 3 palettes that I have, I feel like there's a wide variety. So like this particular one that I showed you, it's got everything from your like shimmery lighter neutrals here, pinks, and then all the way down to like black and dark green. So it's not kind of one shade range. It's kind of a little bit of everything. I buy these at Ulta. I don't know, they're $25 to $35. Honestly, you could probably get away with buying one and use that for the rest of your life. I love eyeshadows. So, my brushes, I have a rounded brush. A large shader is what this is called. It's just kind of flat and rounded, okay? And then I have this other medium shader, which is puffier and rounded at the tip. So, I always I brush my eyeshadow brushes out on a towel, just to get kind of previous day's color off. So you can kind of see a little bit there. These colors coming off of the brushes from previous days. Whenever I apply my eyeshadows, whether I'm doing matte or shimmer, I apply wet. I don't ever apply them dry. I feel like when I apply them dry, they just kind of like powder off of my eyes, and then I've got powder all the way down here, and that's not where my eyeshadow goes. So, I start with my whole eyelid, and that's going to be your kind of base, and I always try to do a light neutral so that way all of my other colors that I do show up better. So I'm going to get my brush wet, and then I take it and I just kind of get the water off a little bit. I don't want a soaking brush because I don't want my eyes soaked. So again, I'm going to start just with a super neutral color. This particular one, I don't know what it's called, but we're going like peachish beige right here. Okay, and then I am going to brush, 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 okay? And I know it's looking like it's blending in, but I want it to. And I'm just going to keep applying until I get the right level of saturation that I want for my eyes. So in this particular color, I'm going to get it wet a little bit again because it's still not quite where I want it. Get this thing wet again. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to just brush, brush, brush. I go all the way up to my eyebrow line, all the way over. Okay. So eyebrows all the way down to eyelid. Okay. So hopefully, again, I know I don't have the best lighting in my bathroom, but hopefully in some ways you can kind of see this side is a little bit more neutral than this side. We've got pinks and you can see my veins and all that silly stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on the other side, right? Okay, just brush and just sweep it one direction. I don't usually go back and forth a ton on this first layer of eyeshadow because I'm really just trying to get like an even blend here. And so then I take it, down to the corner of my eye, a little bit right there. I try not to go too past the corner of my eye. I mean, I don't want my eyeshadow all the way over here, and I don't want it like all the way out here. So I kind of try to stay a little bit within where my brow bone is highest, like right through here. So not all the way to the tip of my eyebrow, but where my brow bone is the most prominent, like right through here. And then again, like right through here, just kind of right where your tear duct is a little bit. So that's kind of the range that I sweep it through, okay? So there we go. I've got that, okay? Done. And then I brush my brush off again on the towel. I don't know if I'll use this one again, but I still brush it off, okay? My rounded medium shader. So that's going to be my eyelid, okay? And my eyelid, and then also the corners. So this neutral look is going to be like a little bit, I guess you say like smoky, okay? So again, getting that brush wet, okay? Not too wet, just a little bit wet. Okay, getting it, dab it again. And then I'm going to go with like the next shade darker. Okay, so I can show you on this palette here. If you're going to shade on your eyelid right through here, colors like this or even this, way too dark. You're going to make yourself look like a clown. Okay, so your next darkest ones, so what I did on here, so this was the color that I used, and you can like barely see it in the video. This is the color that I used for my base, okay? So my next darkest one is going to be something like this, okay? Or something, let me go a little higher here, something like this, or you could do even these, those would probably be bases, but just so you know, okay, so medium, real medium shades, not real dark, okay? And you might have to kind of play with that a little bit to figure out what works for you. If you have a darker complexion, you know, dark is going to show up very differently for somebody who's way more fair skinned than I am, okay? So again, medium-ish shade. So I'm going to choose mine, okay? Your eyeshadow colors, gosh, okay. What did I use? So my base was Chic It Out, okay? And then the one that I'm using for my shade is called Cute Shoes. Again, whatever, okay? It's just light to medium to dark, right? So again, I'm going to come here. I lift my eyebrow so I can kind of see my crease, okay? And I'm just going to sweep it from the inside to the outside. Okay, see how that is right there? And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It's right in my crease, okay? That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe that's it, okay? Again, on this one, I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, okay? If you want to take it like a little bit lower onto your lid, you can. But I don't usually, but for the sake of this video, I did. Okay, and then I just kind of wiped on the inside because I felt like it looked a little too far over. So there's that, okay? All right, I'm just doing an adjustment in the mirror for myself since I don't usually do my makeup on video. All right, and then my last one is going to be my darker shadow, okay? So I'm going to choose like a real dark chocolatey brown. So these colors I did matte, okay? These aren't shimmer. These are just matte colors. And then for my dark, I'm going to go right just in my corner, okay? Right in the corner along my lash line. And I'm just going to blend it up, okay? Kind of like at a diagonal. So if I were to take my makeup brush and go like this, okay? From the tip of my nose to the edge of my eyebrow, that is the corner right here where I want my dark, okay? Right, like that. Other side. Now this brush is still wet from earlier. I did not re-wet it, and I also didn't even brush off the other color, just because I was going a little bit darker. So it really wasn't that necessary because the lighter isn't going to show up on the dark. Okay, so then I will use my finger to blend it down a little bit so it's not so like in your face, and I don't have these like weird like lines of eyeshadow, so it just blends into my skin a little bit better. So there's that. Take my brush. I'm gonna brush it off on my towel. Woo. All right then. And then I'm gonna do my eyeliner next. My eyeliner is, let's see, I got Bobbi Brown Rich Chocolate. I like Bobbi Brown's stuff. She does a really good job. She's a good makeup artist. Take her tips. Okay. This is a cream-based shadow, or a cream-based eyeliner. Okay. And so I'm just going to do top lid, bottom lid, and then apply my mascara. That's my eyeshadow makeup routine. Let me know if you have any questions or any other colors you want to see. I can do another one with a bolder, more fun eyeshadow color and kind of show you how I make that colorful with, again, not looking like a clown. But until next time, thanks, and I hope this helped.